This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening and welcome to Headlines Now. It's 8 on the clock this Tuesday night. You're with me, Evelyn Matthew, joining you with all of the state and city top stories.
Elaborate security arrangements have been made for the counting day. I am Salim and I'll bring you updates on that in a short while from now.
We'll go to Salim in just a bit, but before that, a quick look at our top stories tonight. An elaborate bandobast comes into place for the big counting day. 3-tier cordoning systems and anti-sabotage checks take positions at vantage points.
All counting centers minimum for 16 pair paramilitary all irupanga.
An MBA graduate and his accomplice is arrested within a day for a kidnapping case. The victim was their female batchmate harassed with secret video claims. A public interest litigation comes up at the Madras High Court against the Chief Information Commissioner's functioning. Amma and Captain hopes to wipe the summer heat and all of the sweat from the public's brow by installing water and buttermilk booths. Days after a final engineering student commits suicide in his hostel room, the director of the Premier Institute says they could have saved him. And get ready to salute Simbu in his new avatar. He plays cop in the Tamil remake of Hindi hit Dabang.
I really loved Dabang because of the characterization which Salman sir has played.
A quick scan of the top stories nationally as well. The Interior Minister discloses to NDTV that he sent P. Chidambaram a private message not to allow the operation against Osama cast a shadow on times. Mr. Malik tells NDTV, we are serious about giving India access to voice samples of the 2611 accused. A huge turnout of voters in Bengal's Lalgarh area, which saw a massive Maoist uprising. Polling is largely peaceful in the sensitive 6th phase. And Dada plays and wins in his first match of IPL core. The Pune Warriors win over the Deccan Chargers by 6 wickets. In 2 days' time, the state of Tamil Nadu will hear its verdict on whose rule it will be and which of the political heads of the state will head the government to be formed soon. But ahead of that very crucial result is the counting day, which is soon appearing after a long month's wait. In fact, the politicians will sweat it out as every vote will be counted. Their representatives have also been braving the heat, keeping a close eye at the different centers which have been housing the EVMs. In fact, there will be a huge amount of security personnel taking positions. Elaborate security and bandobast arrangements have been made for that particular day, that is the 13th of May. There are 234 counting centers at 91 locations in Tamil Nadu. A 3-tier cordoning system has been arranged at the counting center. Adequate number of striking forces will be kept at standby to tackle any law and order situation or untoward incidents. The DGP of Tamil Nadu, Bholanath, has said that anti-sabotage checks will be conducted before the start and of the counting, and even at the several counting centers specifically. The DGP added that security will be provided to the officers of the political parties and candidates. Striking forces to be kept at vantage points to tackle at any of the law and order emergencies as well.
For each counting center, we have provided 1.5 sections, that is minimum of 12 personnel from paramilitary forces. They will be in the inner cordon, that is near the counting hall, strong room, and in between they will be escorting the EVMs from strong room to the counting hall. That is the paramilitary forces. Total we have 45 companies of paramilitary forces. Other than that, in the middle cordon, outer cordon, Tamil Nadu Armed Reserve, Tamil Nadu Police with the local officers. A DSP will be in charge of each counting center, who will check up the identity card and then allow people to go inside. Frisking will be there, anti-sabotage check will be carried out. And as already has been told by Election Commission, the mobile phones are not allowed except observers to be taken inside. All those aspects will be ensured by the local officers present there. In front of the counting center, there will be local police bandobast depending upon the need, and they will take care of control of crowd or removing the crowd which is not required to be there.
Well, joining us live right now is our crime reporter Salim, who's been tracking that story. He joins us live from the DGP headquarters. Salim, is there going to be any special protection to some of the sensitive zones across the state and even here in the city?
Absolutely, Evelyn. The police have said that they will be stationing striking force at vantage points in order to tackle any untoward incidents. Also, the DGP is very clear. He says that the police department does not anticipate any untoward incident, but however, as a matter of security, they will be positioning striking forces at vantage points to prevent any untoward incidents. Also, the DGP added that there are 234 counting centers in 91 locations in Tamil Nadu, and all these centers will have paramilitary forces. Even tomorrow, 18 companies of paramilitary forces will be arriving in Chennai. They will be airlifted from West Bengal and they will be reaching Chennai tomorrow. So the DGP says that adequate number of police personnel will be in place as part of the security measures for the counting in Tamil Nadu. Evelyn?
Are these regular arrangements that have been made this year, or is there an additional personnel who've been asked to come this time around? We do know that the Election Commission has been quite forceful when it comes to even making sure that all of the parties go by the model code of conduct. But as far as the security goes, is there an additional presence compared to the regular one?
Absolutely, Evelyn. The security is unprecedented. If you see, there are 3,500 paramilitary personnel will be manning the city. Say, for example, the DGP says that it's a three-tier setup. The inner circle will be manned by the paramilitary forces and the person entering the inner circle. The inner circle in the sense the counting halls. There will be strong barricades from the strong room where the EVMs are stocked to the counting hall to make sure that the EVMs are taken with proper security. So the paramilitary forces will be deployed there. The outer circle, that is the second curtain, will be manned by the local police, Tamil Nadu Special Police and the armed police. So they will be demanding proper identification from people who seek an entry through the entrance. And the outer circle will be manned by the local police and the armed reserve police. The police also say that they will be conducting anti-sabotage checks. Sniffer dogs will be pressed into service and fire tenders have been kept on standby mode. The DGP also added that SPs of districts, DIGs of ranges and the city commissioners will be visiting the concerned counting centers to make sure that arrangements are in place according to the instructions prescribed by the Election Commission of India.
Right. Thanks very much indeed, Salim, for joining us with your inputs there on that big story. In 2 days' time, we will see, in fact, all of those personnel take their positions as well at most of those centers, like Salim has been mentioning. Now, meanwhile, 16 general observers in the cadre of IAS and IRS have been appointed to come into the state by tomorrow. In fact, on the day of counting in the 16 assembly constituencies in Chennai is where they are set to take position. The counting halls will be made ready, after which the returning officers will file a status report to the Chief Electoral Officer, Mr. Praveen Kumar. Senior officials of the District Election Office have already gone through an inspection of the counting centres. Every assembly constituency is slotted to have a general observer on the 13th of May. Postal ballots are to be tallied first, only after which their EVMs, in fact, will be counted. Election officials, including the observers, the returning officers and the additional returning officers, will not leave counting halls till the process is completed and results declared. In some crime news, the Chennai crime branch has cracked a kidnap case in a day's time. A 24-year-old MBA aspirant, who is also known to be the daughter of a successful businessman, was kidnapped yesterday by her classmate. The boy and his accomplice have now been taken into custody by the police. The Selayur police have registered a kidnapping case against them. Both the accused will be produced at the Tambaram court. In fact, the young men were caught by a special team led by the additional deputy commissioner of the CCB after the girl's father approached the suburban commissioner of police for help.
புறநகர் காவல்துறை ஆணையாளர் திரு கரன்சிங்கா அவருடைய உத்தரவின் பேரில் புனே தோகமலை மாவட்ட துணை ஆணையர் திரு ராமர் அவருடைய மேற்பார்வையில் நம்ம ஏடிசி திரு ஜெயக்குமார் கூடுதல் உதவி ஆணையாளர் திரு ஜெயக்குமார் அவருடைய தலைமையில் சைபர் செல் ஏசி வீரபெருமாள் மற்றும் ஆய்வாளர் பிரதீப் நான் கொண்ட தனிப்படை அமைக்கப்பட்டு பல்வேறுபட்ட கோணங்களில் விசாரிச்சு வந்தோம். அதில் பல்வேறு இடத்துல அவங்க வந்து இங்கே அங்கே ஃபேக் பண்ணிட்டு மூவ் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருந்தாங்க. எம்சி காலேஜ் வாங்க, அங்கே வாங்க, இங்கே வாங்கணும் பணத்தை கொண்டு மூவ் பண்ணிட்டு வந்துகிட்டே இருந்தாங்க. அப்புறம் ராத்திரி 9 மணி வாக்கில் சந்தோஷபுரம் தைல காடு இருக்குது தெரியும், அது ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட். அந்த ஃபாரஸ்ட் கிட்ட தைல காட்டுக்குள்ளே வச்சு இந்த வழக்கினுடைய 2வது குற்றவாளி கனகவேலுங்கிறவங்க வந்து பணம் கொடுக்கும்போது 34 லட்சம் ரூபா பணத்தை அவங்க அப்பாராவ் அந்த பொண்ணோட அப்பாராவ் வந்து கொண்டு கனகவேல் மூலமாக கனகவேல்கிட்ட கொடுக்கும்போது நாங்கள் கனகவேலை பிடிச்சிடறோம்.
Now, just when the uproar over the Chief Information Commissioner K.S. Sripathy started to subside, a public interest litigation at the Madras High Court has kicked up some more dust. The public interest litigation has been filed and has asked for some restraint on the functioning of Mr. Sripathy. The petitioner alleges that the senior officer's appointment was not done in a proper manner. Earlier on, a similar PIL was filed that ultimately had the High Court restraining 3 information commissioners from going ahead with their duties. Now, to beat the heat these days, water and buttermilk is just what the doctor has ordered, and Ms. Jayalalitha and Vijay Kant are playing the perfect hosts by asking their cadres to set up booths to supply these refreshers across the state, even as the mercury level stays above 40 degrees Celsius. The DMDK's Vijay Kant has condemned the power cuts in the state, saying it only adds to the woes of the public this summer. But the main opposition leader this year has been very careful to make sure that no model code of conduct is rattled in the process. She has got the nod by the Election Commission to do so ahead of many other political parties in the state, hoping to mime Amma's thirst-quenching act. You're watching headlines now on Ndtv-Hindu. Up ahead, was there anything at all that could have saved the final year mechanical engineering student of the IIT? The director of the institute thinks there was.